All right, and now we're going to look at Descartes' second meditation, the fourth slide presentation, a piece of wax. And what's happened is Descartes has decided, or has discovered, that what we are, right, what a person is a mind or a thinking thing. But now he asks a different question. What is a body? Now, of course, he doesn't actually know that bodies exist. He's really asking, what is the nature or essence of a body? In other words, he's saying, if bodies exist, what are they? And he's going to start with a piece of wax. Let's go to this quotation. Let us consider the things that people ordinarily think they understand best of all, namely the bodies that we touch and see. And of course, this is the old way of thinking about knowledge, right? That we use our senses to get knowledge of reality. Of course, Descartes has rejected that. I don't mean bodies in general, for our general thoughts are apt to be confused. But one particular body, this piece of wax, for example. Now, it's very important to realize here, he is not interested in the piece of wax as a piece of wax. He is interested in the piece of wax as a body, as a physical thing. And that's it. So he doesn't care about the nature of wax. He doesn't care what waxiness is. He doesn't care about the properties of wax. He doesn't care about the chemical makeup of wax. None of that is important. All he is doing is using a piece of wax as an example of a body. And of course, he's using wax because it's easily changeable, and we'll see why that's important. And of course, he's not interested in just one body. He's interested in bodies in general, right? What is a body? Let's read this quotation. This is about the wax. It, the wax, had just been taken from the honeycomb. It still tastes of honey and has the scent of the flowers from which the honey was gathered. Its color, shape, and size are plain to see. It is hard, cold, and can be handled easily. If you rap it with your knuckle, it makes a sound. In short, it has everything that seems to be needed for a body to be known perfectly clearly. It seems that we know bodies clearly by using our senses. That's what Descartes is saying about this wax. That's the old way of thinking again, though, right? He's rejecting that way. But that's what it seems. That's how it seems to be. It seems we would learn about this piece of wax by doing what? Examining it with our senses. So these qualities about the wax, that it's hard, cold, and so on, are sensible qualities. They're qualities that seem to come to us through the senses. But as I speak these words, I hold the wax near to the fire and look. The taste and smell vanish, the color changes, the shape is lost, the size increases. The wax becomes liquid and hot. You can hardly touch it, and it no longer makes a sound when you strike it. What happened to those previous sensible qualities? It was hard, cold, and so on. What happened to them? They all disappeared. It's now soft and hot. It has new sensible qualities. So we had an older set of sensible qualities, and now we have a new set. But there's an important question. Is it the same piece of wax? But is it still the same wax? Of course it is. No one denies this, right? Most of us are going to agree that it is the same piece of wax. It just changed, but it's the same piece. It's like if you had a shirt, and yesterday it was red, and then you dyed it and it's blue. Same shirt, different color. That's all that's happened here, right? Same wax, different properties, different sensible qualities. Now, many of us agreed immediately that it is the same piece of wax. But this leads to another important question. How do we know this? How do we know that it's the same piece of wax? Why are we so eager to agree that it is the same piece of wax? Where does this knowledge come from? And of course, Descartes is going to argue that it doesn't come from the senses, it must come from the mind.